Salam alaikum and welcome to my channel, The Boating Photographer. I'm not in England anymore, I'm here in Ancient Petra in Jordan. Good morning, it's about 6:30 in the morning and I've got up really early to fulfill one of my lifetime ambitions and dreams, and one of my bucket list places is Petra, and I'm here today. I'm walking down the El Seek, which is the narrow canyon on the way to the treasury, the iconic building that you see in all the photographs of Petra. And this is a dream come true. I've been dreaming about this moment for years and years and years, since I was a child, in fact. You see all these pictures of the iconic treasury, but when you actually see it with your own eyes, if you're anything like me, you get a little bit emotional. Here at Petra, there's loads and loads of trails, but I'm making my way up a trail called El Kupta, and it's a really, really steep climb to the top. But when I get to the top, I'm going to be rewarded with views looking down on the treasury, and I can't wait. It's going to be well worth the climb. Plus, I've got a bit of an incentive in my bag. I've got a nice cake that I'm going to have, a celebration cake when I get to the top. If I make it to the top. If you're thinking about tackling these high trails, I recommend making your entrance into Petra as early as possible. I was up for 6:30. As cliche as it sounds, you do feel like Indiana Jones or Lara Croft tomb raiding or discovering hidden treasure when you come to Petra. It's just one of those places. And I know Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade was filmed here, but it really does give you that sense of adventure. The first European to discover ancient Petra was Swiss traveller Johann Burckhardt during his travels in 1812. Can you imagine him stumbling across this place? It must have looked amazing. Whew. Well, I think actually that's the worst of the climbing done. And now I'm descending. I can see the viewpoint ahead of me. Not very far now. Getting closer to that slice of cake. With views like this, the hour or so's climb up the El Kupta trail was well worth it, and I thoroughly recommend it to anybody. Make sure it's your first trail, because this was a highlight of my trip to Petra.
I made really good timing. I made it to the lookout and it was fantastic. It's one of those once in a lifetime places, and had just the best mint tea. But now for the arduous walk back uphill, then at least when I'm over this ridge, it's downhill. And I did have my cake and it was well worth it. I was hungry, but the views to Petra, to the treasury, was absolutely fantastic. Like I said, once in a lifetime. It's one of those bucket list places, but I've got the whole of Petra to explore still. I've still got loads to do. So when I get to the bottom, I've got to decide what I'm going to do next.
The site of Petra is so vast and nearly impossible to do in one day. Your feet will certainly be feeling it afterwards. So a top tip on a visit to Petra is to pace yourself. If you can spread your visit over 2 or 3 days, then that's ideal to see everything that Petra has to offer. I was tired and hungry, but still eager to explore the rest of Petra. Nothing a good night's sleep wouldn't fix.
I got a hat on today because my head was feeling the sun and my nose a little bit yesterday, so I thought it'd be sensible. I didn't bring a hat out, so I had to buy one. So top tip, bring a hat, bring shade. Second top tip, plenty of suntan lotion as well. I've slapped all that on, and today I'm walking another trail described as hard, just like yesterday's, and this is a trail to the high place of sacrifice. Now that sounds interesting in its own right. Oh, it's another climb. I don't know how many calories I've burnt, but it's fantastic. Behind me, you see all the tombs behind me there. It's such an amazing place. I keep saying that, it's such an amazing place, but you turn every corner and there's something else to see.
Dotted around these trails in strategic locations are these huts, these Bedouin huts, and they will offer you a mint tea. For only 1 JD, you are helping out the local people, plus also it's a great way to rehydrate.
Just like yesterday, I've got a treat when I make it to the top. I've got another slice of cake. In fact, I got 2 slices of cake today. So when I get to the top, I can't wait to have my cake.
And of course, more mint tea. I do love my tea, and stopping and chatting to the Bedouins is a great way to find out about their way of life. And always a welcome break from the heat of the day.
The ancient Nabateans were masters of carving into the sandstone, and that's how come they've come up with all these fantastic tombs and all these monuments here in Petra. But my photographer's eye has been drawn to the patterns in the sandstone, and there are some amazing patterns. I've taken some really good detail pictures. They're just fantastic. You don't have to get the grand vistas or take pictures of the grand vistas all the time. What you can do is just look for the details, and it's all in the details. It's all about telling a story through what you see, and some of these sandstone patterns are absolutely fantastic, and sometimes they can be missed by people. So if you do come to Petra, look out for all these sandstone patterns. On this trail, I've seen more of these patterns than anywhere else in Petra. So there's another tip for you. It's so hard to give a sense of scale to these tombs. They are absolutely huge. Imagine the size of Big Ben or a cathedral, and that's the size of these tombs.
Right in the heart of Petra, under a canopy, is this church with this beautiful mosaic. Many people were just walking by it.
You probably don't know this, but one of my hobbies is geocaching, and I've just been down to the restaurant and had a drink, used their Wi-Fi, and apparently there's a geocache nearby. Now, it's a bit of a long trek up an unmarked trail to a viewpoint. So I'm going to go and explore now and see if I can find this geocache. My first one in Jordan.
This little side quest got me exploring Petra even more and discovering places that otherwise I wouldn't have found. It was also a welcome break from all the tombs and temples and ensured that I didn't get tombed out.
I can see where I've got to go. It's quite breezy up here, which is nice. Hello, donkey. It's amazing how the sound carries. Yeah, what was I saying? It's quite breezy up here, which is nice. And the great thing about geocaching is that a lot of the geocaches are hidden off the beaten track. So it encourages you to explore and have a look, see what you can find. Now, I'm coming up to the mountain. Oh my gosh. And the trail goes around, so I'm guessing I've got to go around and see if I can find it. This is a real raw adventure. Just look at that bridge up there. I think I've got to go over that to get to the top. An adventure isn't an adventure if you don't get the adrenaline pumping. I've got to go across that. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's about a 100-foot drop. Bit of an exaggeration, maybe a 50-foot drop, but I made it. Yes. That certainly got the adrenaline pumping then.
It turned out to be a grueling climb up the mountain, and I also had to negotiate a herd of goats as well. Emshi. I had to shoo them out of the way, but the goal was in sight.
Can't believe it. I managed to find it. I got the geocache. It's in a really good hidden location. So what I'm going to do, I haven't got a pen with me. Is there a pen in there? No, there's not a pen in there, but I'll take a picture and then I will log it when I get back down to the cafe again when there's Wi-Fi. And I might move on one of these travel bugs. When I go back to England, I'll take one of these travel bugs back with me. So that's fantastic, well worth it. I found treasure. And this is geocaching. What an adventure. I'm on my way down now, but that was absolutely brilliant. And on my way down, I came across another geocacher, a chap from Germany, which is fantastic. I've got that horrible bridge to cross now. I'm looking down because I'm actually going down some really steep steps. But that was absolutely fantastic. I recommend having a go. And like I said before, if you're not sure what geocaching is, look up on the website geocaching.com, I think it is, and that will tell you all about it. But it's great. I love it because it's a treasure hunt. It's a modern treasure hunt and it keeps me active. Right, I've got to focus on this bridge now. But that's a success. Geocaching in Jordan.
Back nice and early for day 3, my plan was to explore some more tombs and tackle the 900 steps up to the iconic monastery.
Behind me here is the monastery, and it's all the way at the end of Petra. I don't know what's more impressive, the treasury or the monastery. In fact, I think they're both impressive. This one takes a little bit more effort to get to because you've got lots and lots of steps you've got to climb up to get to the top. But as you can see, with views like that, it's well worth it. And this is the iconic Instagram spot, so I've got to get a couple of shots here. It's got to be done. It was quite a hike up to the monastery and now I'm on my way down. But another fabulous day in Petra. Yeah, another good day. Absolutely exhausted, tired, hungry, and I need some food and drink and sleep. Two more tips. If time allows, then make sure you go for the 3-day Petra entrance, because you can then explore all of these trails, and there are so many trails to explore. Second top tip, and it goes without saying, make sure you bring your water as well. There are plenty of places to get water, but make sure you bring your water. 3 days really is not enough time to explore the ancient city of Petra. I could have done with a lot longer and still discovered things that I hadn't found before. It's absolutely fantastic. And if it's not on your bucket list, put it on your bucket list straight away. Petra is one of those places you must come and see. If you've enjoyed this episode, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and put a comment down below as well. But hit that notification bell also for when I upload brand new videos. There's going to be lots more travel, lots more photography, more boating when I'm back in England again. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. And until next time, I'll see you again soon.